Thanks to Vorpx and flawless widescreen, it's now possible to play Grand Theft Auto 5 with the Oculus Rift DK2. So of course we're going to jump in and give it a bit of a bash. Now it's worth saying in advance that obviously Grand Theft Auto was not designed to be played with a VR headset. As a result, though it's pretty amazing what you can achieve with flawless widescreen and Vorpx, as a result, it really isn't the ideal VR solution, and you probably wouldn't want to play the entire game with VR due to stuff like the interface not existing in the 3D scene and cutscenes, and just the general design of the game not really accommodating VR, which isn't a surprise. However, having said that, if you've got a stomach lined with lead and you're not particularly susceptible to motion sickness, and you have a couple millennia of free time available to fiddle with setting everything up, then it's definitely worth giving a go just to have a look at the... Whoa, I've just been hit by a car. And again, hello. It's definitely worth having a look just so you can experience and appreciate the 3D environment or the game world in Grand Theft Auto from first person with the headset. Because when you're playing the game on a normal screen, even in first person mode, it really doesn't let you appreciate the details that Rockstar put into the environments. And from playing this with the DK2 for a bit, what immediately stands out is just the sheer insanity in the attention to detail. I mean, look at this. I'm just by the strip club. Of course, that's where I would be for those of you that know me. But this is just like a small part, a random part of the map. And even then, even though it's a slumland, you've got these buildings with excruciating attention to detail. All the texture work, you know, little cracks, little bits of the water's obviously run off the ceiling there and damaged the wall a little bit. All the vents, the windows, you know, some of them cracked. Weeds, some cans and rubbish on the floor. A filing cabinet, which of course those of you that have walked around cities will know that you always find filing cabinets out of place. But the whole map in Grand Theft Auto V, or the whole game world, has this constant detail. No wonder it took them such a long time to make the game. Probably thousands of Chinese people slaving away to execute this detail. But, as I say, with the DK2 on, it's just so much more, has so much more of an impact. And it's a shame that those of you playing it on a normal screen, or people playing it on the consoles and stuff, just won't really be able to appreciate that detail to the same degree. Whoa, we've got to turn the radio off before we get sued. There we go. So in the cars, you can see flawless widescreen allows you now to actually drive cars without it feeling as if you've got binoculars on, as I've just caused an accident. Don't bother about that. That's just how British people drive, really. Let's drive to a nicer part of the city. Now, another thing we're saying is that it does absolutely hammer your system. Now, I've had to turn the details down, the graphics down a bit to get this to run even moderately okay, but it's not running at a stable 70 FPS. And I'm running on a GTX 970 with an i5. Now, it does actually work surprisingly well, considering how many objects and what's going on in the 3D scene. All these sort of let's have a little look at there. All these characters, all the vehicles, all the text and everything. I'm surprised how well GTA 5 actually runs in 3D whilst using Vorpx and all these other things on top of it. It's actually a miracle that it runs as smooth as it does, but it doesn't run, on my system at least, at that stable 75 FPS. So again, you do need a lead-lined stomach to play this. But that's another thing actually I noticed with the DK2, which is really nice, is that Rockstar have done a really good job of making the characters in the environment look at you and actually make eye contact with your in-game character, which really does give you a sense of that you're there and that the characters in the game are actually engaging with you, which is often lacking from many games. It's a little carpet shop. People chilling out. Okay, so sorry about that. I just had to skip because I didn't want to get sued. by the music producing or the music industry. But as we drive to the newer part of the city, another thing that's really noticeable with the DK2, or playing GTA with the DK2, is the lighting and the contrast of the DK2. Again, even though the resolution's bad, the OLED screen makes things like lighting and the different times of day in Grand Theft Auto particularly striking. And there'll be some times when the sun's just setting and it just looks absolutely extraordinary. So it really is. Oh, let's get the bike. There we go. We'll just park up and take this bike. So much better just being able to look around with your head as well, not having to actually navigate with the mouse or the joystick on the gamepad. I want the bike, guy. Sorry. Whoa. Okay, this is a little bit extreme. Off we go. We're going to go to the bridge and have a look there. This actually feels really good riding the bike. It feels a lot nicer in the bike than it does driving the car. Whoa! Okay, this is a bit ridiculous. Now, personally, when I play this, probably because it doesn't have the full head tracking, as I say, it's not, it's not properly implemented VR. I don't get a really strong sense of presence, but what I do get is just a really awesome sense of scale, and and it's far better than playing it on a normal screen, ignoring the issues with gameplay and that kind of thing. In terms of the actual experience, is far better. It's just, as I say, it's just a shame that, oh god, I'm getting really cringe. It's a shame that VR wasn't a design priority from the beginning, which is understandable because this game was originally made for the consoles and only just came out on PC. Maybe Rockstar, when VR inevitably takes off and becomes a huge success later this year, maybe that'll be a sort of DLC or a patch that Rockstar can put in the game, because this with proper head tracking, some tweaks to gameplay, interface being 3D in environment, would be possibly one of the best VR experiences you could ever have. Simply because they've got the 3D world, they've got all the complexity there, the 3D world, all the details. A lot of it's already there in the game. It just needs the proper VR support. Okay, if you do get this working, you have to jump on a motorbike because this is really good fun and really makes you feel like your legs are going to get cut off as you drive past these vehicles. Oh! Oh, lorry! Oh, lamppost, and that's why that's why I wouldn't ride a motorbike in real life, because it would literally be lorry, lamppost, dead. So ending the first video there with my death into a lamppost, I have to say it's pretty incredible how well it does work with Vorpx and flawless widescreen. However, to play through the actual single player of the game, I'm going to stick to using my monitor. But just for riding motorbikes or looking at the world and admiring the details that Rockstar put in the game, you definitely have to try this if you've got a DK2, just out of curiosity, even if you're not going to play single player. And if you did want to play the single player, then you could always use the sort of virtual cinema mode in Vorpx, which makes it look as if you're playing the game on a giant 3D screen in front of you. So absolutely fantastic by Super Widescreen, the modders that originally did the FPS mod, and a shout out to Immersive Gamer 83 that's put together a whole bunch of guide videos and tutorials on how to set it up, which I'll put a link to under the video, so check out his videos and his DK2 content as well. But thanks for watching this. More videos coming soon. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see with the DK2. Subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description, and of course I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.